Hello Capricorn, welcome to your monthly reading for the month of May. So May is the number 5, all about changes. Keep that in mind. We also have a, May is also holds a Mercury Retrograde. So that starts like the first week in May and it goes through to the first week in June. So this is going to be, a 3 to 4 to 5 week process of Mercury, between Mercury being shadow, direct, going station, and getting back right. Now, any word that you can put a re or an re in front of, that should be your vocabulary for, or your thought process, your plan, whatever you want to call it, for the month of May. So this is a great time for reflection, seeing how far you've come and with where you are right now. Do you need to re-strategize? Are you fine with where you are? Do you need to change something up? And if so, what can you do to implement a new plan? What's the new plan? How can you move forward? These are the things to really think about. And the thing about Mercury retrograde is Mercury is all about communication. So it will affect, you will see that it affects your phone, your technology. It slows things down for some crazy reason. It'll make it all wonky. I would Google Mercury retrograde and what it means for your sign during the month of May, so that at least way you know what to expect and how to navigate. Because it does affect us all differently. Let's see, for example, sometimes like Mercury retrograde will just make me a little tired, and then sometimes I'm tired the whole time. The thing about tired is, being tired, is that the Mercury retrograde, it gives us all a 3-week time period to really see, how to look at our lives and see like where we have been and where it's brought us. Now that we're right here, look to where you want to go, and then what steps can you take to get there? What changes can you make? You may, because it has definitely happened to me before. You've had plans, things you wanted to do, and all of a sudden Mercury retrograde comes along, and it's like, okay, well, I don't want to do any of that. I've been like this whole like 6 months I've invested in this, and now I don't even want to do it. So it's like, okay, well then, now what do you want to do? Okay, well, how can we put this in our how can we implement this into our life and our schedule? How can we incorporate this now? So if you don't take the time out to do that, Mercury retrograde will make you really tired until you burn out, or if you're tired and you don't sit down and really think in solitude with yourself, then also that can be where accidents come from. I mean, like, you could be like, I'm not going to say this is going to happen to you, but for example, you could be like, I'm tired, I'm going to sit here and do some shadow work. But then your ego is like, well, let's go check the mailbox first. And then you're like, okay. So you walk out the front door, you miss a step, you fall down, and you're like, man, what the okay. And it's like, I should have gone in there and sat my ass down on the couch and done some shadow work instead of letting my ego talk me out of it. So Mercury retrograde can work like that. Okay. So there is a big change. Big change. Things have changed. Things have moved in your favor to put you exactly where you are for the month of May. You have right in the center of the reading is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so destiny, things worked in your favor to get you to where you are right now. You've had good luck. Things have come through for you. Things have definitely been opening up, like with the universe, to help push you to where you are right now. Your blockage here is the Four of Swords. So it's like you need healing. You may know that you need healing, but you're not doing it, I would say. So make sure you take the time out during the month to focus on self-healing, okay? Because like the Four of Swords, anxiety, overstimulation, needing rejuvenation, chronic stress, chaos. So that's going to be a challenge for you this month. Anxiety, overstimulation, stress. That's going to be a challenge for you. Do you know how to like either walk away from those things? Do you know how to lay it down and let it go? Do you know how to stop so that you can give yourself the healing and the rejuvenation, whether that's like, you know, sitting at home and doing that, or going to the beach somewhere, or getting a massage, or taking a sea salt bath? Do you know how to do those things so that you can give yourself the rejuvenation that you need? Now, rejuvenation has an R-E in front of it, okay? So you may find that there was a breakup or coming undone somehow. Something didn't work out, okay? But the Wheel of Fortune came in to help steer you in a different direction, or to set you up or put you somewhere, okay? Now, because of the fact that you may feel like, because things have been working and moving in your favor so good, that you're excited about that, and you don't want to, you're feeling so good about it that you don't want to take the time out to really chill and to relax and to let off steam. So that could be a scenario for you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for, you know, whoever watches. So this could be, you know, multiple ways. You just got to take what resonates for you and leave the rest. But there is a breakup between you and something or someone. You know, this is like, we've got an argument or a strained relationship, something not seeing eye to eye. Okay, so that's what this is. This not seeing eye to eye has put you in a situation where you need to change things up and move things along, or go in a different direction, something. Now, in the past, or at the beginning of the month, you've got some messages coming in which may not be what exactly you want to hear. And either this is you throwing painful words out to someone, or someone is slinging painful words at you. There is, out of all of the minor arcana cards, the Page of Swords is one that I do not like. And it's because, like, people, when the Page of Swords, like, I mean, the meaning of this card is like standing up for justice, being youthful, inspired, confident, fair. But for me, Page of Swords, it's like you've got someone here that doesn't really care about what they say. They're going to say whatever they want, and they throw it off and sling it off in a way, shape, or form that really kind of is cutting. So you may have had some choice words with someone. It brought about, you know, not seeing eye to eye, some type of, you know, downfall within a relationship, whether that's a friendship, a romantic thing, a parent, a sister, brother, whatever. But whatever happens so, you know, this could happen, these choice words could come in the beginning of May, that really makes you like, okay, see that this is not what you want and you need to go somewhere else. And if that's the case, then the universe will be backing you, helping you to make these changes. Now, whatever these changes that you do make, it will bring about, like the beginning, I'm going to say like the middle of the month, you will see the anxiety and the stress level, the things that keep you up at night, you will see that starting to go away or weaken and dissipate about the middle of May. Now, at the end of the month, the end of May, whoever you had this falling out with, this could create, at the end of the month, childhood issues, broken dreams, immaturity, someone not apologizing where maybe there needs to be apology between two people. You may not be seeing it at the end of the month. You know, it may be something that comes about a little bit later, so I wouldn't get too hung up on this Page of Cups in reverse energy. But this is like, you know, someone, you extended something, an idea to someone, and it looks like they didn't really like it, and they poured it out and either threw your cup down or handed you your cup back. So there's been a lot of communication and a lot of movement going on, and a lot of hard work. But it's been more so like mind over heart matter, very cut to the chase, cut to the point. Hard, even though it was hard work, that there's going to be hard work invested somewhere, but with Mercury retrograde, it just may seem slower than what you want, and you could get frustrated because of that. Like, there's a lot of energy and gumption of wanting to get things done, but because of Mercury retrograde, it could slow things down. So, or you could notice that you're having to work harder to get things done, and that could make you turn into this King of Swords energy, which is, and if you're a female watching this, then this is a male that you're dealing with. But there's someone here that is going to be using more so their head over their heart. Now, you got to keep in mind that the Mercury retrograde does affect our thinking, our minds, so it can bring the ego out of someone, so just be aware of that. Whatever this is, though, is going to be slow. I don't think it's going to be moving as fast as what you want, so I would be on the lookout with that. You know, fortune favors the brave here. You're going to have the support of the universe. Now, this looks like some shake-up or breakup between a guy and a girl. A guy could very well be this King of Swords over here. At the beginning of the month, throws in some words or sends you some messages that are just very clear cut, straight to the point. I would say that they carry weight. And, you know, it's something that once used to give you anxiety, but you should see that, you know, start to dissipate. And I think by the end of the month, you're going to be like, nah, I just don't want this. So let's see what other messages we have. Alright, so your advice is, whoever you are watching this, if you feel like this is something you don't want, this is a situation, a scenario, or a person that you do not want in your life no more, you need to let your guard down. Okay? You just need to let it go, let your guard down, and, you know, and I mean, that can happen to any of us, you know, because this can, if you don't just lay it down and let it go, you can be exhausted. But the thing is, if this is something that you don't want and you decide to lay it down, you will find compromise, harmony, and teamwork and solutions. So maybe that's, if you lay it, maybe you need to lay it down. And I think that you will figure that out in the month of May, which direction you want to go with this. You are struggling to rest during this month and heal. So just keep that in mind. that is key. You need to do that. You will notice that in your environment, because of the changes that you are deciding to make here, that you're deciding to implement, you're going to notice that if you say, okay, I need to do this and this and this, you're going to notice that something appears in your environment to help you do this and this and this and this. Okay? So there is the Six of Pentacles in your environment. There are things coming in to work with you, to help you, and I think that they're going to go over and above what you expected to come out of it. Now, if, for example, you are cutting ties from someone, this someone may come back in and offer you a gift or a little something. Now, in this card over here, though, it is a mouse offering a bird. Or actually, this bird is giving this mouse a crumb. So, who is the bird and who's the mouse? Be aware of that. Especially if you are a female watching this and you are having somewhat of a breakup or miscommunication or misalignment with a male. Now, you're hoping that when this is all said and done and over with, that you're able to see that what good is left in the world, or what you're left with. You're hoping that you come out of this unscathed, or once this is over with, you're able to let go of the past and move on to the future. Now, the outcome here is the Strength in reverse. I will say this. This is like a feeling of being weak. Mercury retrograde can make you feel like that. Okay? It can very much make you feel weak. It plays on our energy, our mind, like the mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion. Okay? So make sure you take the time out to rest, because if not, you're going to come out this month, at the end of the month, in self-doubt, feeling weak, feeling insecure. Your energy will be low, and that's not good for you or anyone else. So make sure that you work this month on resting when needing to, because that will help keep you coming out in this energy right here. Your Sacred Vision Oracle message is illumination. Someone else got this as well. The number 25, New Hope. You entered this world with a birth cry, announcing your arrival, and then you spend the rest of this life with questions, in search of answers. Where did I come from? Where am I going? Every sunrise illuminates where you have been, where you are, and the infinite possibilities before you. The earth is throbbing like a drum. A baby is born. Joy is born. Liquid melodies linger over the still waters of a pond, echoing the faint voices of women and the Great Mother in unison. Little one, you are blessed in beauty and light. May you be a newborn in many seasons of your life. Visit this deep blue pond often. It represents your emotions. What do you see? Can you name the emotion that pains you? Dive deeply into its phantom reflection and soothe your spirit. Your light is there, just on the other side of the shadow. Speak of it. So I think that what choices you're making this month, in the month of May, this Wheel of Fortune, they're going to bring about new beginnings for you. Now, keep in mind, you may not see the fruition of a new beginning or a new life until June, which is okay. Perfectly fine, because like I said, you don't want to start and or sign contracts or anything like that during a Mercury retrograde. So be aware of that. Make sure you give yourself time to work with the energies and allow things to unfold. Your past life oracle message is knighthood. So there could be, and we've got this Page of Swords energy over here, especially if you feel like this person is holding you accountable for everything you say. If you're dealing with an air sign, they a lot of times are like that. In my case, it is, I have had that with Libras. Like, truthfully, I kind of have this thing. I refuse to date a Libra because the 2 Libras that I have dated, I'm a water sign, so I'm like go with the flow, like emotions. I base everything really around how I feel. And Libras, they're all, well, air signs can be all in their head. It's all mental. That's what they're ruled by, the thoughts. And it's like a Libra, well, you got to be on your, I have noticed that you have to be on your P's and Q's with them. And every T's got to be dashed and every I's got to be dotted. And it's like, if you don't keep your things lined up with what you say, they will bring it at you, throw it at you, and they will hold you accountable for it. So if you feel like you're in that situation this month, then know that there is somewhat of either a high honor where it's like you were once, maybe you once had a somewhat of a relationship with this person in a different life where one of you was a knight and you had to uphold to what the king said and not necessarily what your partner said, and that kind of took away from the relationship. And maybe if you were especially the relationship person and this was your spouse, then it could have affected you in a way to where it's affecting you in this life, to where you feel like, okay, this person has priorities, but they're not me. Now, there is something stimulating here from Atlantis. It could be that this whole situation, you could have had a previous life with them in Atlantis. Something left you abandoned, especially if you have abandonment issues. You have the wisdom and the knowledge here, though, to gain a higher perspective of this. You might need to focus and rely upon your faith a little bit more, whatever your like religious or spiritual beliefs are. You may need to focus upon them this month. Lean into them and let them help carry you. Your angel message is, Omega. This is one of my favorite ones. Victory. Your desired outcome is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So, you've got the Wheel of Fortune starting off here. The center of the reading. There is luck. There's good changes on your side for the month of May. Alright. I feel like there is there's a disagreement or something with someone else. And you've got the angel message card here of to heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. So, there is definitely a need for healing this month that I would implement and try to focus upon. Schooling, studying, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will help guide you through this process. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So there are changes to be made. Oh, come on. Alright, so your Ascended Master is Lug with Patience. You may see that, keep in mind, Mercury Retrograde, okay? You may see that you have a month full of moving changes, rolling changes. Like things are going to move for you and flow for you that are meant to happen throughout the whole month. Okay? Now, it's like, a train coming to a stop. When the first caboose stops, you have to allow for the other ones to come to a stop. The whole thing doesn't stop at one time simultaneously together in unison. It doesn't work like that. It's like dominoes, okay? Like one stops and then you've got to allow for the other ones to then stop as well. So this is where this Did I say, I said this was patience. It's persistence. This is where, now I see why I had this train thing come in. This is where you're going to see things come together, like the train. You'll see like, okay, well, this one thing comes in and so it stops. And before you know it, the next one comes in. And then before you know it, the next one comes in. I feel like you're not going to get everything that you need all at one time. I feel like you're going to get a flow, a following throughout the whole month, where you're going to find that you need something, you turn a corner, there it is. You need this, you go over here, and there it is. So just stay persistent throughout the month and know it's not all going to come in at once, but it will be there. I think that you're going to receive the answers throughout the whole month. So so listen to the universe. You've got positive change, fertility, and open your heart to love. So whatever has been going down for you, work on remaining open and not to let it make you bitter. So your Oracle Rama message is hope with the final challenges. Hanuman meets Sita, gives her Rama's ring, and tells her news of Rama. The indication here is help from a separated friend leads to an improvement in our prospects. So whoever this is that you had a coming undone with or separation from, they could come in to help you, help in some way, shape, or form that brings you some type of improvement somewhere. Or you could have like long lost friends or long lost relatives that pop up this month. Mercury Retrograde does bring in people from the past. I'm telling you. You'll see people you haven't seen since like 6th grade pop up. So I feel like, okay, this must be it. Oh, look, it's Sita. She has showed up. So we've got 5, 3, and 5. So the day of your release is near. So whatever has been holding you back, your freedom from that is coming. Okay? So 5, 3, and 5. All suffering and distress will depart. Be sure in your heart that the long-sought day of your release is near. Soon, Rama, the abode of grace, will arrive. He will bridge the ocean in sport and remove you from its prison. Oh, hell. If you felt like you've been in a prison, I would say that your freedom is coming. Divine grace will come to our rescue if we are really sincere in our aspiration. Nothing, not even the forces of nature, will be able to oppose it. The soul that seeks God should see in this the divine response to its longing. This indication is good for release from bondage and obstructions of all type. It shows friends coming to help us to overcome a difficult situation beyond our power to deal with. Alright, so this Wheel of Fortune. If you've had a breakup, and that's what this reading here is about, is a breakup. Something that, now, look, I would say if you've had a breakup, you had a breakup with an air sign. Okay? Now, I've only from experience, air signs can be cruel in their words. Okay? Because they are cutthroat. That's what swords and knives and words are. And that's their element. So they know how to throw it and toss them around very well. If you feel like you have been held back, or you haven't had a sense of freedom from this situation, know it's coming. I would take the month to really figure out and decide what it is that you need and what it is that you want to do. And then I would watch the universe as it aligns to meet your needs. Be persistent. Don't give up, because you've got things coming to fruition that are going to help you, especially if you're trying to get out of a situation. The universe is going to appear this month to make these changes align for you, or to put you on the path of someone that can help you with these changes. Alright, so that's your reading. I hope that this was helpful and beneficial for you. I thank you for watching. Take care. Namaste.